In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to sign higher paying clients and larger retainers for your agency or your software. So right here on the screen, obviously there's 4 different phases that we kind of go through, and my own philosophy when we're actually going after larger accounts, whether they're mid-market companies or even just larger companies to sign as higher retainers. Now, most of the time you're probably stuck with the local market. Obviously signing clients that do not pay you 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, 10K a month retainers. You want to expand up market, you just don't know how to do it. So my name is Thomason. I run a multi-6-figure marketing agency that markets for software companies doing over $1 million a year. I implement and teach this CMRR AI funnel, which includes LinkedIn Sales Navigator, Clay, tables to automate the sending process with HeyReach and to personalize and enrich data, basically. So obviously the 4 different phases here are strategic targeting, AI-driven personalization, funnel optimization, and performance scaling. Now, a lot of common questions I get asked about this specific funnel as a whole is, Patrick, if I have the money, I'm already doing $10,000 to $50,000 a month in my agency, and I want to sign larger clients, why don't I just use Facebook ads to get in front of these companies? The issue with Facebook ads is that you're going to spend 100 times more than outbound just to get in front of these decision makers, because Facebook is a platform where you're competing with a bunch of other big dogs. They're all trying to get to the same customer profile or customer profile that is like the one you're trying to go after. So in other words, what it basically means is that if you're sending automated outreach using Clay tables and we're actually intent-based targeting with pain points, and we're actually going after company heads and company positions that have an actual pain, we're actually able to talk to that specific company person, that company position, with a face and a name. Whereas Facebook ads, the issue with is you have to spend so much more money just to even filter out through all the different businesses and companies on Meta, on Instagram, and on Facebook to finally get to that one dream company that you're trying to sign. Hope this makes sense. So some of the intent-based filters that we have is something called firmographics and intent triggers. Obviously, I'm using ChatGPT to filter out these higher leverage guys on Clay. Now, obviously, I'm using the system, I'm implementing it. I'm generating anywhere, you can see July 9th, this is just today, anywhere from, I would say, $500 to $10,000 a day on average, whether I'm teaching the system and I'm actually delivering it in a business and another agency. Obviously, you guys can grab the playbook down below, or I'm installing it into a software company and we're actually handling everything done for you in terms of marketing. Now, there's just some proof for you guys. This is just for some social proof. Okay. So again, that's the issue with Facebook ads. That's kind of how we do it. Now, some of the filters that we're going to be going after is the funding level, the ARR, hiring signals or job posting activities, news triggers, engagement. We're going after if they are basically interested. Okay. So we can filter out different parts of the company based off what your service actually includes. So if you're a marketing agency like me and you want to target a software company, or you want to target another company, whether it's in the banking space or it's in the financial space or fintech space or medical space, anything like that, we can filter out for certain interests. So here in Clay tables, we can actually segment out in different words and softwares that these companies use. I remember a while ago, we actually were on the phone with a large tech company based here in Dallas, Texas, and they saw the funnel. They saw some of my emails that I was sending out. I outreached to one of the heads of growth at this company. They're a CRM company. They're a CRM software, basically. And what happened was I reached out to them and they said, this is super attractive because we're looking for multiple sending accounts, which is what we have here in the Create MRR AI funnel. We have multiple sending accounts on HeyReach. That way you don't get banned. It's all within warm-up limits and stuff like that. And what he liked about it is he said that I can target a specific CRM that our prospects are using. And in the outreach message, we can actually reverse engineer it to say, hey, this CRM isn't good. So for example, let me give you guys a quick example. For this case, we were actually targeting a software company. Okay. And they're a CRM. So they're just like Go High Level or Salesforce or something like that, right? And so they wanted to filter out their competitors by mentioning their competitor's CRM in the outreach message. So if we're outreaching on behalf of the software company and we're saying, hey, use our CRM, basically, we're not using this language, obviously. We're just saying, hey, use our CRM. And the objective here is to book a call. So just book a call with us. In this outreach message, we are referring to their competitors. So we're saying, saw you were using XYZ CRM. And so what this does is it crafts the outreach message to pinpoint the prospect's exact CRM and saying, hey, look, I noticed you're using this kind of CRM. Then in the message, we're basically saying, here's what's the issue with it. So here's what's wrong with the CRM you're currently using. What this does is it allows this software company to stand out in every single aspect of the outbound game, because it allows you to basically target the prospects who you want to become clients, and you are literally just telling them what they're currently doing right now isn't good enough. Here's a solution. You call them out where they are, you bridge the gap, and then obviously you book a call. So that was just a quick example that I want to show you guys for one of the software companies that we've helped out, who was a CRM software company. Now, this works in any sort of agency. I have backend modules, obviously, here on School for the Inner Circle guys. If you're interested, I don't have a booking call, anything like that down below. I just have a lead magnet down below, which is literally you put in your email, you can get the playbook right here. You get access to the $5 million to $100 million upmarket playbook, how I'm actively signing large companies with LinkedIn Sales Navigator and automation through this entire customized AI funnel that I've sort of scrapped together over these past couple of years. And so everything inside the AI program basically is for agency owners. So if you're an agency owner that's looking to sign $5,000 to $20,000 a month retainers, I have A to Z, from mindset to infrastructure setup to warm up protocol to response management on how to do it. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about pricing or anything like that in this video. If you're interested, you can fill out that form down below, and then it'll redirect you to a booking call page. You can speak with me one-on-one. The point of this entire video is to give you guys a little bit of a use case as to how exactly this funnel has changed the outbound game, and how it's continuously changing the outbound game. What most agency owners are doing is they're either spamming cold calls, cold emails, or cold DMs, or running paid ads. It works well, but it doesn't work as effectively as it used to, and it's slowly dying out. And it's slowly dying out because the market is getting oversaturated with the amount of outreach, paid ads. Everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's running the same funnels. Okay. How do you stand out? You become more personalized, and you use tools like clay tables, and you use tools like HeyReach to automate the process. So imagine if you could literally send out from different platforms, or from different sending accounts, different profiles, a different customized message for each prospect, as if you were to spend 15 to 30 minutes researching their own business and researching that company head's pain points, and then you send an outreach message. So it's as if you're spending 15 to 30 minutes per person you're outreaching to, except you're not doing that. You're just utilizing AI. And so this is where the entire revolution is going. Everybody will be using this funnel. It's only a matter of time. And I'm looking to hop on this wave. Well, I am riding the wave a lot faster, quicker, and more effectively than any other agency owner in the space. That's why I stand by this funnel, and it's super valuable. Okay. So the biggest thing in order to sign these large retainers, everybody wants these, $5,000, $20,000 a month retainers, whatever it is. Every single agency owner wants them. But in order for you to do it as an agency owner or as a software company to sign larger businesses, you have to be personalized at scale. You have to be able to understand your competitor's mindset and your prospect's head, get in their business, and talk to them from the inside out, not from the outside looking in. And that's the biggest shift that I've seen so far in this space. It's being able to really articulate the value of your product or service and why you're different than the 1,000 other agencies and 1,000 other softwares. Now, this funnel is really just for mature agency and software companies or businesses. Preferably, you're doing above $15,000 a month. Like, that's just the baseline. I don't want to sell this funnel infrastructure to anybody who's doing below $15,000 a month, just because I want to protect the infrastructure as a whole. And obviously, the software stack is $500 to $1,000 a month to really just have this system running. Again, I see the software stack as your ad spend every single month, $500 to $1,000 in ad spend every single month, just to book 20 to 30 qualified calls with companies that could potentially give you a $5,000 to $20,000 a month retainer. That seems like a pretty damn good trade-off to me. I take that any single day. Okay. So I just want to show you guys a little bit more about this funnel, a little bit of a use case scenario of how this can work in clay tables. And then I wanted to give you guys some sort of pre-populated intent triggers that you can use inside of this system to increase your likelihood of booking calls and closing deals with these larger companies. So just to review, obviously we're using intent triggers based off engagement, based off qualification, based off where the company is at in their maturity phase, using clay tables to then insert and HeyReach into multiple different sending accounts. And then to obviously outreach to these prospects, book a 15-minute alignment call or just book a sales call as a whole, close a deal, and then add $5K to $30,000 in MRR each month. This is kind of the end result of this Create MRR AI funnel. Obviously, the more ascending accounts you have, the better. It just means you're going to spend more money building out the infrastructure. Again, you can get up and running with this system for probably $500 to $700. Ideally, you want to get to the point where you're spending probably about $1,000 to $1,500 a month just on the system to stay afloat. So this infrastructure is probably going to be costing you anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a month. Again, look at that as your monthly ad spend, because the potential here is $5,000 to $30,000 a month added to your agency, software, B2B business, whatever it is. If you're interested in learning exactly how this funnel can be installed into your business as a whole, I only want to talk to you if you're doing above $15,000 a month. And I only want you actually entering this funnel in my ecosystem and filling out any of the lead magnets if you're above that amount too. So I have that email playbook right down below. Free playbook about how you can sign more of these companies. I go more into depth about this entire CMRR AI funnel, give you access to this playbook right here, 3 modules about how exactly you can do it yourself, and then obviously access to booking in a one-on-one call with me if you want this installed, or if you're curious about how you can install this as an agency or software. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this video was insightful. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.